Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are gold for energy. Send it. Incoming. Put the money in the bag, man.
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? This is awesome! Welcome to Earth! No. Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit. Go! God!
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Welcome to Drinkin Bros, presented by OmahaSteaks.com. Yeah, welcome to Drinkin Bros, kids. It's that good old Friday afternoon show. That's super weird, super weird. Who do we got here, D'Anthony?
Mind your business.
Yeah, maybe I will, maybe I won't. You don't know what I'm about today, okay? You don't know what the fuck I'm about today, all right?
I heard that his name is Ryan Moresby-White, by the way. We'll get into that in a minute. But I heard that Olive Garden's shutting down permanently. Did you hear that?
No, I did not. That's a lie. That's a lie. Where?
Everywhere.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all. Actually, I'm getting, I texted Brandon. I'm getting Olive Garden veteran hats made with the stars and everything else for people who served like me. Sir, we've got you on the show today because I'm grieving. I'm grieving really fucking hard right now, dude.
Good. You got the right person.
Yeah, I am grieving really fucking hard. I see the cross on your neck there, brother. Yeah. And
that's a lowercase.
I can't get over Hogan, dude.
It's a lowercase T, actually.
It's a sword.
Yeah, it's a sword.
But it's a cross sword.
Yeah.
It's for Jesus. You're killing for Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, the
and
Crusades,
that's fine. And that's all fine.
We should make
we got a listener
for...
back here with a Hulkamania shirt on. Cut to that camera back there. We'll bring him up for Drinkin Bro of the Week at the end.
Yeah, he's gonna rip his shirt off at the end of the show. So.
I did earlier, man, and I'm still fucking having a really goddamn hard time with this.
Is it because you found out he was actually murdered, or?
Well, look, she's crazy.
Who's the she?
His daughter. Brooke. She's crazy.
What happened?
She wants an autopsy. She thinks he was murdered. They didn't ask for an autopsy. The wife didn't. And it's like, he's 71. He did steroids for 50 years. Do we need an autopsy for a heart
didn't he
attack?
have leukemia?
Allegedly, but
she doesn't
that's
believe
not,
it.
I don't
She
either.
doesn't believe he had leukemia.
What did Hulk Hogan know?
How many times has, in the history of human beings, leukemia been faked?
At least twice.
Yeah. Well, I bet you two of those Make-A-Wish kids faked it to meet Tim Tebow.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, maybe to meet John Cena, and then he shows up and you can't see him. What's the biggest disappointment?
John Cena!
And then it was like he did the most Make-A-Wishes of all time, and some people think that John Cena might be the angel of death.
Broke the record.
Yeah, it's like 550 or something.
He's a dick.
That's a lot.
Oh, yeah. He
shit.
did break the record for Make-A-Wish. So
Wasn't it like over 500 or something?
Correct.
I remember where I was actually when he broke the record.
Where were you?
It was on the TV, and I thought it was so funny. We were at Rob O'Neill's golf tournament in Tennessee.
No way.
Was that like your 9/11?
It was worse than 9/11.
Yeah, a lot of people would say that.
9/11 was actually kind of fun for me because I just hung out. Everybody's parents were picking them up.
Sure.
My parents left me at school, but we were just playing like board games and shit.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you.
I mean,
the other 4,000 people that died, sad day for them.
It was 3,000.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Flight 93 went down not too far away from where you grew up.
Yeah.
So, and your parents just left you at school?
left me at school. I was the last kid to get picked up.
Makes sense. Makes
On
sense. I
9/11.
wouldn't want to get you either on 9/11. I'd be like,
You
cool,
should
let him stay there.
See, if you were a
Let him watch
stand-up
the TV
comedian,
little longer.
that'd be a great joke to tell if you were a stand-up comedian. Like, yeah, 9/11 was a really rough day for me.
Sure
Not
was.
for the reasons that you think, obviously.
Yeah.
We can do some work. I can have a conversation after. if you
Yeah.
want.
Imagine if your dad was black on 9/11 and he didn't pick you up. I mean, you would never, ever forget then, you know? It's like, I'm going out to get a pack of cools. See you never. See you never again. Do you know what show you were coming on today?
Dude, I have no idea what I'm getting myself
Oh,
into.
you sure don't. So, for the Hulkster here, can I just read off this funeral? I'm not jealous about a lot of celebrity shit. I've gotten to do a bunch of cool shit in my lifetime. There's very few times where I'm like, fuck, man, I wish I was there. This is one of them. Let me read off this list. Vince McMahon. Come on. You know, at the after party, he was shitting on girls.
Yeah. Do you guys watch wrestling in
sex.
Australia?
People do. I don't. I didn't grow up watching wrestling. Grew up watching dirt bikes, racing dirt bikes,
What the fuck is that?
motocross.
Oh,
Dirt
okay.
bikes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
R.I.P. J.A.O. Jay Archer.
Yeah, you know Jay.
Oh, Jay Watch. Yeah,
he's a buddy of ours.
He's from the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
J.O.
Yeah.
Love J.O. He was
Yeah.
on the show, and then
Yeah, man.
he passed a few months later.
Drank booze
Yeah.
out of a shoe on the show.
Yeah, it was great. Great
Yeah,
dude.
that was rough. That was rough for the sport. Yeah.
Yeah. Triple H was there. Stephanie McMahon, who's married to Triple H, obviously.
They probably weren't shitting on anybody.
No.
There's no smoke on them and poop.
Not at all. And plus, let's be honest, Stephanie McMahon is fucking hot, dude. Like, she plays.
I haven't seen her since wrestling days.
She was the meme back in the day of like, oh, I think I'll have another margarita, you know, or
I know what
queso.
she looks like from 97 or whenever the last time I watched wrestling.
No, she looks good. She still plays. She got some new bolt-ons and everything, so she's
Congratulations.
good to go. Yeah. Sting was there. Which one?
Not Gordon, I don't think. Not Gordon.
Did you imagine if Sting the singer showed up there?
Yeah, dressed as Sting the wrestler.
Yeah.
Have they ever done that? Have they ever done a crossover together? I don't know if Gordon gets it. You know.
I don't either. What's that really slow song that he could have played at the
I'll be
funeral?
watching you.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Imagine if he went a coup, straight a coup for Hogan, played "I'll Be Watching You."
No, that's not the best way
I'll
to
be
do
missing
it.
you.
It's he starts playing, but it's not his song.
It's Diddy.
It's the one Diddy. It's Diddy's
Oh,
sample of his
boy,
song.
and Diddy comes up.
It's
out,
Diddy
yeah.
and Mace singing about fucking Biggie getting killed.
Dude, there was a rumor. You guys have been hitting me about this. I can go ahead and poo-poo this right now. It's not true. That the day he gets out, he's going to do a concert in Madison Square Garden. That is not true, by the way.
He's got a lot
I
of.
asked some people.
He's got a lot of shopping to do. They confiscated all 900 of his bottles of baby oil.
Yeah,
So he's got stuff.
If I'm him, I want him back.
Yeah, I don't know if they give you that stuff back. It's evidence. It came from your house, so technically it's your property.
It is, yeah. I asked for it back.
But how do you know they didn't bug the baby oil?
True.
It's a big Amazon order.
Next up on that list, Lex Luger. Let's go, dude.
Four Horsemen?
Yeah, let's go. Eric Bischoff was there.
Oh, nice.
Kevin Nash. Jimmy Hart.
Not Scott Hall, because he just
Oh,
died.
shit. Your cousin was there, dude.
Hacksaw?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan was there. I wonder if he fucking pounded the casket with a 2x4. That would have been fucking dope, dude. Holy shit.
Nash is the last member of the New World Order that's still alive.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Wait, Dennis Rodman's still alive?
Well, for now.
Technically,
yeah.
that's a...
And then Brutus the Barber Beefcake. So we just told, ironically, that story about him yesterday. He was on that infamous flight where Andre the Giant had that 20-pound shit.
Yeah,
sunk up
somebody
the entire
commented,
cabin.
by the way, that he couldn't get the door closed and they just hung a sheet.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
That's probably what caused that
There's no
smell.
way that he could have fit inside of a... Like, even if you liquefied him, I don't think he would fit inside of an airplane bathroom.
Yeah. Kid Rock was there, obviously.
This is like a... it's like a murderer's row of shitbags.
Bam Margera was there.
Again.
Theo Vaughn was there.
Theo's good.
Hogan's daughter, Brooke, the one who keeps talking shit, did not attend the funeral. So they were estranged for many, many years. So these weird stories, I don't know if you heard this, but her first interview, she called into Bubba the Love Sponge. Why?
The guy who said his.
The guy who ruined his fucking life.
Well, I mean,
crazy to me.
Only temporarily. He got $130 million out of that.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's just a banger of a funeral, man. A lot of tears, brother. A lot of vitamins.
So are you grieving because he's dead or because you missed that party?
I'm grieving because he's dead, obviously, but the party too. Like that would have been fun to go to. And it's a tough one, dude. When you lose your childhood heroes like this left and right, it is. I mean, they're really getting knocked off quickly here.
Do you feel transported back to childhood now?
I do. There's a part of me that does, and they're selling those figurines again, and people are going and buying those out, and all that other stuff because we don't have that right now. We don't have any larger than life characters anymore. I don't feel like who is it? Like WWE? I guess you'd say it's Cody Rhodes.
No, there's nobody in professional sports of any sort that's like that.
I agree.
Not one person.
I agree. So that's why I think that's why people are still talking about it and all this other stuff. Like Ozzy Osbourne. We don't have an Ozzy Osbourne today. We don't have that guy who's going to bite the head off a bat and go nuts on a stage.
No, all the recent ones that are crazy kill themselves.
Yeah.
Instead of, they kill themselves in the more, I guess, direct way instead of the indirect way that we expect rock stars to kill themselves, which is to do drugs and drink for 34, 40 years, right?
Yeah, and since you're a therapist, let me ask you about that. Because my kid loves lithium. And
the band or the drug?
It's Lithium Channel on Sirius XM.
Oh, so it's just like alternative from the 90s.
Correct. 90s and then early 2000s.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I'm having a hard time with, and I'm being totally dead serious when I say this. Every fucking song that comes on that he loves, my oldest, who's 11, is dead. And he always asks the same thing, Dad, can we go see them in concert?
Alice in Chains, Nirvana, and Linkin Park.
Yep. And Chris Cornell.
Cornell, yeah, Soundgarden too, yeah.
So and Stone Temple Pilots. So,
Scott.
Dude, these played like back to back to back, and I'm sitting there in the car. This is no lie, and I'm like, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. And finally, he was just like, well, how did they die? And I was like, some drugs, but
some ropes.
Some ropes. Two of them hung themselves with an exercise band, which I find weird. Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell.
Yeah, that seems like the edging of suicide, doesn't it?
It does. Where you think you might make it because it's bendable, and you're like, all right, maybe I can back out of this at the last second.
You got to go full Benoit with the weight set. Just the cable machine.
I think so, too.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, he used his cable machine.
Yeah, you got to go that cable machine, brutal. Dog. But I wanted to ask you this because a lot of these guys who are doing hardcore drugs, like I'll throw Anthony Bourdain on that list as well. I have a theory, and I've always had this theory. When you do heroin, and it's the greatest feeling of all time, and then you quit, and you can never go back to it, I think they look at their lives like, dude, I no matter how many people I play for or how much love I receive from fans around the world, I can never match this feeling, so fuck it, I'm just going to kill myself.
Yeah, man.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's most... I've worked with some pretty high-performing individuals, athletes.
Hulk Hogan?
Ross Patterson?
Wow. I wish.
You're working right now with Ross Patterson, yeah.
And, some of these guys, like, I hope to actually, obviously, not these guys because they're dead, but, celebrities and, the figures that people look up to today. Like, that's why I'm here sharing this message, because I can reach them and I want to be working with them before it gets to that point.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to get to that point. But a lot of men wait until it's painful enough, and then they have no other way out apart from that's the only way that they know. So, yeah, there's a huge correlation between men who are so disconnected from their soul and who have become so good at their craft and what they do. And there's a reason why they're so fucking good at it, right? Because they're driven from so much pain. And this is how, like a man will be driven from the little boy within him who is seeking his love and attention. And that's why when he achieves the success and he makes all the money, he does all the thing, he has all the status, all the fame, all of it, it doesn't feel enough. And it never is enough. And that's why they need more and more and more. And then their only way to feel a sense of connection to themselves is through drugs.
Yeah.
Is through these crazy highs that they get from these behaviors or habits or patterns that don't serve them. And yeah, so to answer your question, it's them trying to come back home to themselves, to their soul. But it'll never be done through that way. It has to be done through reclaiming their past. Yeah.
Yeah, because I look at it, and I'm being totally dead serious when I say this. Like, if I couldn't go to dinner and have a glass of wine with my wife, and I had to be sober and all that other shit, it would be fucking miserable. And to never be able to do any of that shit ever again that was enjoyable it's a tough one to think about for the rest of your life. Because let's say you're a young guy like a Chris Cornell or somebody like that, and you're like, fuck, man, I got another 35 years to go without doing any of this shit ever again. Fuck this, man.
I think it's a deeper problem than that. I think it's achievement without fulfillment creates a big hole, like a much bigger hole in you than just being a loser in general, right? People that are super high performers, like Kate Spade, for example, was a self-made billionaire.
Right.
Killed herself because she had achievement without fulfillment.
I think she was bipolar, though. You can fact
I
check
don't know.
that.
I don't know or care about any of that. So
Right.
all of these people who are high performers who end up killing themselves, typically speaking, it's not just mental illness for the most part. It's that they've done everything that they thought they were supposed to do, whether somebody lied to them about it or whether they had a false perception of reality. And they've got to the mountaintop and realized that they're up there by themselves, and that's always going to be that way.
Yeah.
That's fucking crippling.
Yeah, I agree. And to me, you know, with the drug element and everything else, let's say I think Chester Bennington had a normal family and all the other stuff. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he was always a depressed boy. You can hear it in the lyrics,
Yeah.
right? But once Cornell killed himself, that was his idol. And he was like, well, fuck this, right? And it is, psychology is very contagious in that regard. You know?
Oh, Kurt Cobain's another one. My kid loves Nirvana. All the kids in middle school love Nirvana.
Yeah.
That is their fucking jam,
same
dude.
in Australia, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild, man. And
It's crazy how bad the band was, but how good the music was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, nothing that they did was good. They didn't play their instruments terribly well. The songs were okay. I mean, the songs were well written and stuff like that, but the performances were.
I think that's part of it, though.
Yeah,
that's
it's an
part
element.
of the.
It's like fucking surrealist art or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
And because I love Nirvana for that exact reason. It was messy, it was sloppy, it was all over the place, but yet there was a form of perfection through that. And I was like, how did you guys do this? I mean, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
For real, if you think about it. Who are you dealing with on a daily basis as far as clients go? Is it high-performing guys? Is it normal people going on throughout the day? Because we try to do these serious shows once a month to help people because we get it all the time.
Yeah.
Somebody will DM us and say, hey, man, I'm not feeling great about my life. I feel like I want to kill myself. And we've all been there before, including myself. And I think Dan summed it up the best a few months ago. We're in a dark studio, so I have no idea about time or space or when the show was. But Dan said it's usually in a span of like 5 to 15 minutes where you just snap and have that thought. If you can just get out of that, then typically you don't kill yourself. Is that true? Because that seems logical to me.
Yeah. The men that so typically there's a part of him that's coming up that's just like exile, like destroy, just really destructive part of him. I typically work with men before it even gets to that point. So the subtle trauma that they experience, or the subtle disconnection they experience in their relationship, or the lack of fulfillment that they feel in their business. It's like I work with them and I try and work them before it even gets to that point. And a lot of men wait until it gets to that point until they realize how important this work is, but it doesn't have to get to that point. But yeah, you know, I've experienced periods of that throughout my life, and those were really the decisions in that moment. It's a decision to, I made a decision that I'll never not put my happiness first again. And that was me listening to my heart for the first time, right? After a period of time of wanting to kill myself.
Your happiness? Yeah, explain that to the audience. Why isn't your happiness first?
So to give some context, I dropped out of school. I became a builder. I was working in construction, and I was doing well. Like, it was doing well. I was making money. From the outside looking in, it looked like I was, you know, things were going well. And eventually got to this point where I was working 7 days a week. I'd push all my friends away. And there was this, like, a real season of my life where I was just heavily considering it'd be much easier to leave this world than it would be to stay in it. And I had built that life and I'd climbed that ladder in that career path from the place of this little boy within me following the only way that I know how to get my dad's approval, which was, this is the path that I go.
Okay.
And basically, what happens is, as children, it's more important for us to survive, to fit in, to get the validation from our parents that we need. So it's more important for us to be whoever the fuck we need to be for them than be ourselves. So at some point, at some stage, a child, a little boy, disconnects from himself and starts to build this life, this false self, this false sense of self. And basically, this is where it's like, yeah, it looked like I was doing well. Yes, I had a massive potential career ahead of me, but inside I was so disconnected from myself. But that sense of loneliness and isolation and disconnection that I felt, that led me down the path of, yes, I'm making money. Yes, I've got a big career ahead of me. Yes, I've got the approval from my dad, but I feel so fucking empty and alone, and I need women to make me feel better. I need gym and training to make me feel. I needed all these vices and these things, scrolling social media, to fill that void of emptiness. So when we disconnect from our true self as children, it's like this big V. It's like this big void.
Yeah.
We become whoever the fuck we need to be, and we build this false self. And it's like our soul's over here, and there's this lot of empty space. And that's the loneliness that most men try and fill the void with: women, drinking, drugs, alcohol, sex, partying, all of this stuff. So until we come back to where and how we disconnected from ourselves, until we come back there, we'll be trying to fill that void. So basically, it's coming back home to your soul, to your heart, to your true essence. That may seem very foreign. Like, I know that there's quite a lot of depth in that. But to really answer the question here, it took for me to get to that point, for me to go, I will never not prioritize myself and my heart and my happiness over anything else. But what actually happened in that moment was I was going against my dad. I was going against my family. And at some point, a little boy, at some point, we go against our father, the energy of the father, and we kind of oppose him a little bit. And we do that, and we kind of find our own way in the world. And it took for me to get to that point. But that was the decision. It was, I'm going to put my heart first, my happiness first. And in doing so, I was saying yes to me, no longer being whoever I needed to be in the world to be perceived a certain way. It was a full-bodied decision of, yes, I've built this life from wounding. Imagine the life I could build from like a real conscious place. If I could build this, imagine what would be possible. And that was the decision. I left. My tools sit in the shed today, about 50 grand worth of tools. They just sit there. Closed the door, shut them up, and pursued what I always wanted to do, which was coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was working with athletes, professional motocross racers and stuff like that, working with them, coaching them mentally, physically, emotionally, which led me down the path to where I am now, which is like serving men, helping them really deepen into themselves and become the best version of themselves for their family.
Well, I think the hardest thing is trying to get men to be honest about what they're facing, what their problems are, and actually talk about it. That's number one, because everybody, dude-wise, kind of shuts in and it's like, all right, cool, I'm going to bury these emotions way down deep inside, and you'll never find them, and then I'll die with them.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you would never, most men, especially high-functioning men, wouldn't go to a restaurant and equivocate about what they wanted for dinner. You wouldn't be like, maybe I'll get this, maybe I'll get this, or someone's like, oh, you don't want to eat a steak. Like, oh, I guess maybe I'll get chicken. That would never happen. No actual man would ever listen to feedback like that. And this is what you're doing when you're when you're equivocating about expressing yourself. You're worried about what somebody else might think about it. That's what's happening, right? Which is fucking stupid. Because that person's not in your head. They have no responsibility for what you're feeling. So why are you putting it onto them?
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
but we do that with the way we feel. It's like, what is it embarrassing that I want my woman to love me and be happy? Why I can't share that? Why should that be? Why should I feel any sort of negative emotion about saying that to my buddy?
I agree, and then something I wanted to clear up that we said a few weeks ago that was on the show about like high school sweethearts getting married and something else. It was on one of these shows. I forget. It was a clip, and they were like, there's nothing wrong with that. No, there absolutely is not. It's just rare that they stay together and you find true love. It's 18 years old and it lives for forever, right? I think it's a great thing, by the way. So I want to clear that up. But also, I agree with you in regards to, there's nothing wrong with saying how much you love your wife, how much you love your kids. I do it all the time on this show because I'm grateful. I feel grateful for that. Now, I personally didn't have a rough childhood. Dan has. I think my biggest fears is failure. And that is something that keeps me up at nights every single fucking night. Stress the fuck out up till 4:30 in the morning trying to crunch numbers and everything else. Let's take the seltzer company, for example, Hard AF Seltzer. A lot of our listeners are investors in this company, and I would feel like a massive failure if this company didn't succeed to the height that it could.
Yeah.
And right now, it is growing at such a tremendous pace that we've tripled the numbers from last year, and everybody's like, oh my God, isn't this great? And it's like, no, it's not, because now we've got to triple the output. And then there's a window of time that's, let's call it 90 days, that you got to save up money and put out more and do all this other shit. And therefore, it's scary every single day. Yeah. And I've got a phone call after this, after the show is over, and I can't sleep. It's keeping me up at night and everything else, because it's like, man, how can something be so too successful that you can't keep up with it at a certain point? And like, I don't want to let all these people down. Yeah. What do you recommend in a situation like this? Because I'm trying not to let it affect my family life and my wife and my kids, but it's hard not to think about all the time.
Yeah, man. Great point. And this is what I work with.
Okay.
This is what I work with.
Because this is really the only thing that I'm struggling with. Like for real.
Yep.
And it's the fear of letting others down, and not only by myself, but others. Like I genuinely care, and that's what's keeping me up at night. Where I feel like I made all the right decisions. Like all these decisions have been correct. I mean, obviously the fucking company has tripled year over year, and it's like, all right, great, but I still can't figure out this piece of that last investor, this last thing, or this last phone call. It's always one more phone call, right?
Yeah.
So what do you recommend in a situation like that?
Yeah. First of all, I think a lot of men want things to come to an end. It's like, if I just solve this, then, right?
Yeah. Because
we got our little checklist.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get shit off my list.
If I just do this, then then things will be good.
Well, with movie scripts and books, and I've been highly successful in both. There is an end. I know when that end is, and it's like, all right, great. The next book comes out on November 11th. It is over. It is done. I don't have to think about that.
Are you doing it on Veterans Day on purpose?
Is it Veterans Day?
But November 11th is, yeah.
It's Tuesday. Books come out on Tuesdays. So
I don't care about Tuesday.
Okay. Is it on Veterans Day?
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't know.
You should do it on September 11th. That way people never forget.
By the way, I tried. My copy editor can't keep up with me, but yeah. But anyways, so those things there is an ending to, like movies.
Yeah.
We did Range 15, for example, and that was another one where the audience had paid for this movie, and there was a lot of fucking pressure to do it, deliver it, and everything else. What they don't know, and this is something that I can tell you now, is you have to clear music rights before you go into theaters. And that day, I was waiting for a contract from Louis Armstrong. I see skies of blue, red, and I'm like,
keep going.
Exactly. No, that's off the cuff. So yeah, I don't think I can. But the contract had not been signed by the other side. It was in the film, in the finished version. The premiere was at 7:00, and it was going out 7:00 around the nation. If I played that, I would have gotten my ass suit off, right? And if I didn't have this contract signed, 4:58, it gets signed, and I'm able to. Stress is gone. I can go and enjoy my life and everything else. And then when that song came up in the movie, like I'm in the back, I think I'm with my wife, and I start crying because I'm like, that almost ruined my life, and it was 2 minutes away from that being over, right? But those are the things that I think about every day that keeps me up.
Yeah.
What do you do for something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, man. What a story, by the way. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the little boy is showing up, responsibility is a very overwhelming thing for him. Right? So
But I'm a big boy.
Yeah.
And I'm not a little kid, and I don't have any trauma as a kid. So that's not a thing.
Yeah.
This is just current shit that I'm worried about.
Yeah. When someone tells me that they had a great childhood and they didn't have any trauma, that's like, boom, red flag for me. Because we all had.
What do you think? I get raped at a Hardee's?
Well, that's the thing.
It was Carl's Jr. actually.
That's what most people think trauma is this big event.
Yeah.
Is this defining event where my life was different the day after that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier actually on Citizen. It'll
Yep.
come out next week or
Yep.
2 weeks. I don't know when, but I've said this on the show a bunch of times. With post-traumatic stress and veterans, people have this idea of the guy with his buddy's head in his lap and he's bleeding out like fucking Forrest Gump and Bubba or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing that got him. That's the thing that snapped. But no, it's prolonged exposure to something that you're not supposed to be exposed to, right? So we're latchkey kids. Our whole generation was. Well, you're 70 or 80 years older than me, but...
I just turned 34. He's a liar, man. I just turned 34.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're latchkey kids. We were part of the first American generation where the majority, I think 72 or 73% of
Mom and dad worked.
both parents
Yep.
worked.
Yep.
So the summertime, we're talking about from like 5 or 6 years old to 8 years old, that window specifically. You can go back to 3, but usually you're not without mom in that period so much.
Right.
But 5 to 8 specifically, late elementary and early middle school, maybe depending on where. No, that's all middle school or all elementary school. So that time period where, typically speaking, your mom would be in the home, helping you understand how to emotionally regulate. You were by yourself, right? Or with your brother or friends or something like that. You were around other children, and you never. This, whether you knew it or not, you were hungry spiritually, and there was no one there to feed you, right? So it's not something you shouldn't like hang a plaque on your wall. Emotional fucking trauma from childhood. That's not the point of this. The point of it is to diagnose issues, right? So there's something about being able to regulate emotionally, being able to experience a negative emotion, and then put it aside and do the shit that you need to do anyways with a clear mind. That's what a man is able to do, right?
Yeah.
It's not easy, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. But if you don't diagnose it and deal with it, just because you had an easy childhood, right?
Right. And here's the thing. Like, I'm pretty open, like really open. And probably from doing, over 4,500 podcasts here now at this point. And I think that's what everybody relates to because people are going through the same thing at home with their businesses. And like, everybody's got a lot of our listeners have a small business and stuff that they're working on and everything else. And they're going through the same stresses. And sometimes you might see a success of a Black Rifle Coffee or Hard AF online, and on paper, yes, it is. But still, there's a lot of work to be done. And again, with my childhood, mom was always there. Anything that I needed, two dads were there. Everything was pretty rad. And
You say 2 dads?
yeah.
Yeah.
Stepdad, and he's great. Like, still one of my best friends to this day, and take him to shit, and it's awesome. And then a real dad passed away. So I can't really point to anything in the past that made an impact on me, like where it was just like, all right, cool, there was this, or some weird like suppressed emotion. It's more about failing at things.
Yeah.
Like that's, I think, like if you want to ask what the trauma is as a kid, potentially it is me failing in a game, in a sporting event or something like that.
What was it about
school?
What was it about failing that bothered you? Because you've already
What would
articulated.
happen?
I think
You've already articulated what causes you grief. I'm just curious if you can map it back to
Yeah,
yourself.
I think I can. So I was. We were talking about this pre-show. I was it was a great fucking athlete. So I won so much so early that like you get used to winning, and then when you don't win, you feel like a failure.
Why?
Because you should be able to beat the competition and everything else. It wasn't until later in life that I figured out that there is talent in certain things that you're born with. And there's nothing you can do about it. Like there's no amount of work you can do to catch up to these guys. And once I had that figured out, all right, great. I was able to push that aside and it didn't bother me anymore.
Yeah.
With this, everything that's going on like today in companies and stuff like that, like don't have rich relatives or family members or any of that stuff, so I can't go to them and be like, hey, help us out with this. I don't have any rich friends that are super rich where you're like, okay, cool. Can you cut this check? Where we hear it all the time in Texas for this. My uncle, man, he's in oil, man. He just wrote me $5 million, and I was able to make this successful company. And Aubrey Marcus, his dad invented the fleshlight. Therefore, he got to do on it, which is awesome. I mean, there's so many people who've taken so much joy in fleshlights. So, therefore, I feel like it's on my shoulders and our shoulders to accomplish shit. And if you don't, the buck stops here. That's what we expect out of our presidents and CEOs and all of that other stuff. So, yeah.
You've missed a critical part of that, both in the Hard AF example and in the Range 15 example. It was not wanting to let somebody else down. So you've associated success with pleasing other people, which is normal to do.
But I don't.
Right?
It's not. It wasn't financial. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just not. I just didn't want to let the people down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want a fucking yacht or a Lambo or any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
I just don't want to let people down.
Yep. So what if you were to welcome the subtlety of that, like the real, just like trauma doesn't have to be this big thing. Maybe it was, and potentially was there a part of you that felt like you would let the team down if you didn't perform?
Yes.
Yeah. And then how would you be met by your father if you didn't perform?
He didn't, like, they were always both. We're always loving, and they didn't, as long as you tried your hardest, that's all. So there was no pressure on that. It wasn't like a Friday Night Lights where they're duct taping, a football to my hands in the living room, saying, hold on to the ball. I didn't have that either. And by the way, I tell my kids the same thing, and it's probably from my dad, where I was just like, hey, bud, you're gonna make some, you're gonna miss some. That's life.
Yep.
And you're all good. I love you, and that's it. You tried your hardest. Now, if you didn't try your hardest, then I'd be pissed. But if you try your hardest, great. That's all I ask.
Yeah. And I mean, we could just keep digging, but I don't want to turn this into that. But basically, what happens when we're operating from, and here's the thing with trauma, and trauma can be such a subtle thing that happens over a period of time. It could be like this subtle emotional disconnection that you feel in your dad's nervous system. Maybe he says all the right things, but as children, we are so sensitive to feeling. Like, we feel what's happening in our parents' nervous systems. They don't have to say anything. Only 7% of communication is words. The rest is energy, and it's felt sense. So as children, we're feeling their nervous system. So even if dad says, well done, like, he says all the right things.
Right.
If you slightly feel that his love is just a little bit different, if you do well compared to when you don't do well, in that is a subtle form of emotional abandonment.
No, I'll tell you what.
Well, there's also no shade.
Yeah.
There's no shade on dad for that because from his perspective, he wants you to be successful for your own sake, right? He's going to be proud of you either way, but he wants you to be successful. And there's if you watch your kid try and fail, that there is some level of disappointment. There should be. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But you have to, when you become an adult, when you go from being a child into an adult, the word trauma sounds like you're complaining about shit, but really all it is bad neural pathways. Trigger, response. That's all it really is, right? Like I see or feel some sort of thing, and it's making me have a response that's kind of irrational, right, or out of pocket about it. It doesn't mean that anybody did anything bad to you, even.
No, and you know what's funny? Now that you said it, I can kind of track it back. So let's take my stepdad, for example. I look up to him because he created his own business. It was in the garage, got bigger, moved to the, basements. Got bigger, moved into the garage, moved into a small office, then moved into warehouses and all the other shit. He never said it vocally to me, how the stress he was going through.
Yep.
However, it is, looking back at it now that you've said it, is very similar to what I'm going through. So maybe it's that where you're like, oh, okay, cool, man. And then you feel that stress where you're like, shit, I want to succeed as well. Otherwise, you feel like a failure going forward. And then therefore, you don't want your wife and kids to look at you like a failure if your business fails or you know what I'm saying? So
you're unloading a lot of but even though you're doing this for their sake, you're unloading a lot of stuff onto them by doing that. You know what I mean? The same way your dad, but subtly. They won't, they might
They
not.
don't know it.
You think that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But they do,
Yeah.
obviously. So it's not, again, it's not a negative thing. You're not doing anything to harm your kids. That's not what the point is. The point is like, now we're aware.
Yeah.
So how do you have, and this is a good question for him, how do you have that conversation with an 11-year-old? Like, hey, I'm under a lot, like, you know how you want to win at playing football? Uh-huh. I want to win at doing this, and we're both feeling the same kind of stress right now.
Yeah, right? I think that's very true.
Yeah.
Because I did notice, like, there was one time where I woke up in the middle of the night, it was 4 a.m. I was in 8th grade. I'll never forget it. And I heard like a rustling around in the garage. And I thought robbers were out there. And I go out there, got the flashlight, everything else, and turn it on. It's my dad.
Yeah.
And he's packaging newspapers
into
plastic baggies. And I was like, whoa, what are you doing, dude? And he goes, oh, well, I'm trying to pay for this other thing. So I throw newspapers into people's yards before they wake up. Like, that's it's what I do. Nobody knows. I didn't want to tell you guys. And
so he was
else.
stealing jobs from kids, is what you're saying.
No, because you'd have thrown it out the window and had to be super
By then,
early in the morning,
at some point, the routes got bigger where you had to have a car to do it. I think we should bring it back with golf carts in neighborhoods, though.
Oh, it'd be great. It'd be great.
Like, we could bring that full circle and give those jobs back that your dad stole from everybody.
By the way, we have a lot of kids in the neighborhood that do that.
They're all over my fucking neighborhood.
I hire them.
Yeah, with golf carts. They're not running any business or anything like that. But yeah.
So now that you say that's true, and I remember thinking to myself, like, holy shit, that's how hard business is.
So that was your role model and representation of work and hard work and what it means to be a hard worker. And if you're a hard worker, then what would that mean about you? Then your dad would probably give you approval, right?
Well, I was proud of him for doing it because shit, man, that's.
And you want your kids to be proud of you.
Correct.
So you're doing it.
Yes. So then you're up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, well, I stay up till 4 a.m. So every night I am up till 4 a.m. like it without fail.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with adopting work patterns that make sense either. Like the man did what he did and was successful because of it.
Yeah.
So
100%.
So in your brain, and even like right now saying out loud intellectually, it's not like a weird thing to try to emulate that, and because you want the same success, you want the same pride from your children to you.
Yeah.
Right? However, recognize and I do this shit too, internalize stuff, and then you think that you're keeping it to yourself, and if you think that, you're just as dumb as I am. Because you're not.
Yeah.
That woman over there can tell when I'm stressed out. Your woman can tell.
Yes.
And whether she wants to directly address it or not, she's feeling it.
Yeah.
And it's causing her stress as well. Everybody's somatic systems are kind of tied together when you're in close proximity like that. So it's like, how do you find good, healthy habits to talk to your kids and your wife about the stress that you're feeling or that they're feeling, right? So you don't pass this down to the next generation again.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know any of this shit 50 years ago. Nobody was talking about this. They were just...
And no one talked about
dudes
it.
were just rolling fucking newspapers in the morning while their kids were sleeping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. and this is where the subtle disconnections happen in masculinity over a period of time, is boys experiencing fathers who are emotionally disconnected and aren't able to give them the emotional support that they needed because they didn't have that or have that in themselves, right? So a little boy needs to, and this is where like masculine, like rites of passage and initiation comes in, where basically what happens is a little boy goes and spends more time with the men, with the uncles, with the men, learns what it means to be a man. Yep. From men who are connected to themselves, who also had healthy masculine role models. And what happens is he walks through the world and because of that experience, he develops this like internal support system in his nervous system where he knows that I can bring my stuff to the bros. I can bring my stuff to the men. It's okay for me to be feeling it. It's important for me to feel this. He learns like these skills and he learns these ways of being as a man. And also energetically, he feels this support behind him, where it's, I'm not holding the weight of the world on my shoulders because I know that no matter what I move into in the world, energetically, like I'm supported because as a little boy, I had that support. Now with trauma, it's, and especially childhood trauma, there's a difference between working because you don't feel worthy and you need to prove your worth, and knowing that you're worthy and that even if you fail, it doesn't mean anything about you, but there's a lesson, right? There's knowing that you're worthy and then being deserving, right? So it's cultivating that sense of worthiness within yourself. And that doesn't mean that you stop doing the stuff, stop doing the things, stop pursuing. Yes, you got to be deserving of everything that you want, right? But when it's coming from the place of, I need to do this so I can feel worthy, so I can feel good enough, then you'll be driven from the need to please other people. Because then when they're happy, then you're like, oh, fuck, I can breathe again. Yeah. I'm good. Yeah. Yeah. So it's from what place it's coming from. It's not saying, like, I work fucking hard. I work big days. And it's coming from a deeper place of meaning and purpose and mission from an integrated place, instead of, I need to help and serve all of these people and fix them so they're okay, so they give me validation and make me feel good, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah,
I think a lot of it's relief when you get there. Yeah. Like we'll take Range 15. When I was in the theater that night, I got the signed contract, and then I went and sat in a theater with everybody. I was like, oh, thank God. Yeah. I wasn't able to watch it with complete like satisfaction and everything else. I watched it with relief. I think I feel the same way about the seltzer company. I think when we can get to a place to sell it, everybody doubles, triples their money, and whatever it's going to be, whatever that final figure is going to be, I think it'll be more relief rather than like self-gratification of like, holy shit. So yeah, there's definitely something to that. Yeah. And I don't know if that's right or wrong.
It's wrong.
It is?
Yeah. I mean, you're going to experience some relief because the stress is gone. Certainly, that's just a somatic response. But you can't be buried so much in the stress that you can't enjoy that moment, because we don't really regret the things we do in life, or regret the things we don't do, typically, and experience. And when you're, 80 and 4 or 5 years, and you're looking back on your life, and you're thinking about that moment, or the one where we sell the thing, or whatever the fucking, whatever it is that happens, you want to, like, just like your wedding or something, you want to look around, breathe it in, enjoy the moment of the first kid being born or whatever. Like, you want to do what in the military we call it SEAL: stop, look, listen, smell. You activate all your senses, right? Because you want to really, like, remember that moment, because it's something that's going to carry you through tougher times later on. When shit sucks, you're like, you know what, I did that though. Yeah. Right? It's like it's those things matter downstream. So, part of it is Adlerian psychology. We've talked about it before, about positive reframing. Like, yeah, this is stressful, but there will be relief from this at some point, right? And physiologically speaking, the anticipation of relief. This is true in emotional and physical pain wise. We teach this in certain schools in the military. The anticipation of relief from cold or heat or from physical distress or from even emotional distress, just the anticipation of it makes your body produce hormones. Like, so for example, if you bang your hand on something and you yell the word fuck out loud, your body will produce analgesics inside of you, like Tylenol, basically, right? Or if you're in some kind of pain, like you're holding something and you're shaking, and you think about, when I let this go, my muscles are going to feel a lot better. Your body literally produces hormones that make you feel better, right? The same thing happens emotionally. So this is one of the ways that you have to learn to deal with stress, is to think about a time when that stress will not exist. Happy Gilmore's happy place. I know that's a silly example, but that's literally what he's doing right there. Right?
Yeah.
Go to your happy place so you can calm down. You can push these negative emotions out of the way. Your cortisol fucking comes way, way down, and you're not feeling. Now you can sleep, right? And not only have you achieved sleep, but now you're better prepared to do all this stressful shit tomorrow than you were because you didn't stay up until 4 o'clock stressed the fuck out.
Right. And because my cortisol levels are off the charts, right? Where it's just, I had a bad problem for a lot of years.
Yeah. So with our nervous system, if we're in fight or flight for too long, eventually we reach this ceiling, right? If we don't have a way to bring ourselves back down into regulation, we will eventually reach the ceiling and break through the ceiling into shutdown. Shutdown, closure, overwhelm.
It's fight, flight, or freeze, technically, right?
That's the freeze.
The third one,
It's you just shut down. And people, especially your family, like that are relying and depending on you emotionally, not just what you can show up for and what you can bring and physically being present, it's emotionally present. Like that's what they're craving from you. And when you're in that freeze response because you're just so overwhelmed, you'll turn to things, and not just you, but everyone, like when we're in this freeze response, we turn to things when it's too overwhelming to bring ourselves back down. So this is where when we get into freeze or overwhelm, we need certain things to make us feel better to bring us back down.
Distraction and addiction.
Yes.
Okay.
It's those two things, and they serve one another typically.
Yeah. So it's not about not having these big projects on your plate. It's how do you manage your nervous system in between?
Right.
Right. And this is, I teach this concept called masculine capacity, expanding your capacity as a man. Where most men have a little shot glass, that's their emotional capacity. It's like a little shot glass. It fills very quickly. And once that's full, it's like, don't fucking touch me, don't come near me. Reaction, shut down, closure, just go quiet, just retreat. That's the boy, right? When a man's operating from the boy, he has a very small emotional capacity. Now, how we build that masculine capacity is exposure therapy. So what you're doing, it's like continue doing the big projects, but find ways to, instead of continuing to climb the scale of fight or flight, find ways to bring yourself back down into regulation, connection, brotherhood, fun, play, breath work.
Take a goddamn vacation.
But we can't. We're on daily, so it's like that's.
Well, we can because we can film from other places, right?
We could, but like that's another thing. I don't want to let the audience down.
That you're equivocating.
There's
no like if
I personally feel responsible.
Yeah, we are responsible to them, and that's something that we take seriously. So we can be responsible from some place where we can also reset. If you want to be, you go too long without resetting your somatic system, and what you're giving people is a 50 to 60% product instead of a 90 to 100% product. That's what happens. Well, so you're still you think we as men do this. We're worse than women, and it's not even fucking close. We think that just showing up that's what means something. No, it's like showing up 100% is what means something. And if you got to take a little time off to do that, then that's what you do.
Yeah, I feel like I'm 100 pretty much every day. There's only a couple of shows where I look back and I'm like, and I usually tell Bob afterwards. I was like, man, I was shit that show. But for the most part, I can turn it on and off. And the reason why is we don't know who's coming in every day, guest wise or anything else. Like sitting down with you and having this conversation, haven't looked at the clock once. Yeah. Some of these podcasts, like it's like detention where you're like, all right, cool. Who's this guy and what the fuck are they talking about and everything else? This is an easy one today because you're just talking about real life. Now, to your point, Dan, I agree with you 100%. Men are way worse than women when it comes to this. Like, shit, their emotions are first. I mean, outward, whereas ours are not, and they're inward here.
Yeah.
And
Inward, huh?
It's from
well, that's from Hulk Hogan. God damn it, I'm still grieving.
Still
dude.
grieving.
Still
Yeah.
grieving, the N-word.
Still grie-
Yeah. Kid Rock gave him a 21 N-word salute there. Getting out of there, yeah.
To the bar with the bar music, too. It was weird.
Sure did, yeah. But he was able to mix the N-word in 21 times, and that was nice. Family was really touched by that.
Yeah.
So was
Does that make you feel
Bubba's
better?
wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, obviously still grieving, but
Yeah.
after party was at Hogan's Hangout, by the way, which Dan and I've been to.
It's
Yeah.
dope. I actually like that
Great.
place.
I love it. I love that place.
Did he DJ?
Yeah, of course. Nick? Yeah. Come on, man.
Why not?
Why not? But what are some recommendations for, let's say, small business owners? We'll start there. I'll start with the audience because there's a bunch of posts on Drinkin Bros. If you don't know this or not, there's 800 subgroups, I think, on Drinkin Bros on Facebook. You can always hit somebody up or in the DMs or everything else.
And if it's
here.
like super serious, there's a DB Vigilant Guard, and there's like mental health professionals and shit in there that you can talk to.
And so hit them up. So let's start with businesses because I hear this all.
As a matter of fact, one of my commander, Will Kanda, the one we had the call with Bricky, his brother was in. I don't know which one of the groups it was, but somebody was having some kind of crisis, and he got on the phone with him for 3 hours the other night.
Yeah, dude.
Ben Kanda.
Yeah.
That shit like that happens all the time. So.
It does. So I'll start with the first one. Couple guys in the group, same thing. Small business owners, and they're struggling. And it's the tariff thing is bullshit, by the way. It's not because of that. It's simply what is happening in the world, and you might not have enough money to start up and do all the shit and everything else, and you don't want to let your family down because a lot of people are tired of working for the man and they want to create their own companies, and then they do it, and then they realize how hard it is. What's your advice for them?
Yeah, I mean, I've created somewhat of a level of success in my field, in my space.
Yep.
We've generated a few million, like we've done all right.
Yeah.
And, besides from the business, is coming back to what you shared before. If you need ways to tend to your nervous system and to regulate your nervous system in business massively. Because if you don't have ways to soothe your nervous system, to regulate yourself, to deal with the stress of like business it's a constant initiation. That's how I see it, of responsibility. And as you grow, so does the responsibility. And as the responsibility grows, you need to be supporting your nervous system in that growth of the business. And if you're not doing that, then you're adding on all of this responsibility on this like limited nervous system or this limited capacity to deal with all of this new responsibility. So what I've noticed, the more that I've grown, and we work with hundreds of men all over the world, the more I've grown, the more I actually have to let go of how much I do. Because the more I prioritize me taking care of myself and me being happy, fulfilled, having fun with life, that will be a direct reflection into my business, how I lead my team, how I show up for my people, how my clients feel when I jump on a call with them. They feel that, right? Compared to if I was running myself into the ground and destroying myself in the process of just trying to make some money, I get on a call with someone and they can feel that they don't feel safe with me. And in business, it's relational. You're in relationship with people. And when you can feel someone isn't grounded in themselves because their nervous system's dysregulated, there's this sense of there's just something about him I don't trust. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not. I mean, in male-female terms. Think about it in terms of the difference between a confident man and a man who's not confident talking to a woman. Regardless of what the words that actually come out of their mouth, the results are widely disparate.
Yeah.
Right. A confident moron is going to have quite a bit more success than a brilliant person with no confidence, all things being equal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, especially when you're in close proximity to people, it's people can feel it, just like your kids can. But whether they know it or not, right? They're picking up on that shit. 93% of all communication is nonverbal.
Yeah. Another one here from the audience here is divorce. A lot of divorce. 80% of our audience is military or first responders. Dan, I feel like everybody in the military has at least one divorce.
Yeah, a lot of those marriages were to get out of the barracks, to be honest. But yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
which is not a reason. You don't get married to improve your housing situation. Probably.
But now they got kids. They're fighting for custody of their kids and all this other stuff. And what do you tell people going through a divorce, men, what they should do?
Fuck. There's a lot. I work with so many men who are going through this period and this transition.
That's why I'm asking.
And brotherhood, but with the right men, with men who are able to support him, hold him while he grieves, and also be the space to inspire him and challenge him to be better as well. Because through that process, a divorce it's a breakup, it's a separation, it's a ending of a relationship, and he needs to be held in that grief. It's a grieving period, and if he's not held in that in the right way, it becomes very, very overwhelming for men.
We used to do this ritualistically. Like in Hebrew culture back in the day, they would literally put like burlap sackcloth on themselves and rub themselves in ashes as a form of acknowledging their grief.
Okay.
During the like Middle English to Victorian period, I'm sorry, not even middle. It was before that. It was from the Middle Roman period, excuse me, until the Victorian period. Typically speaking, if your significant other died, right, your husband or wife died, then there was a 2-week formalized grieving period where you would wear black and not like there's no relationship stuff going on. You just kind of hang out and be sad. Like it was formalized for that reason. Now we've got to go to work.
Yeah.
We have to get to our cubicle to produce widgets now, right? In the same way that we've removed all the rites of passage for men, we've also removed the opportunities that were just naturally occurring to deal with this stuff, and now it's not getting dealt with.
Yep. We're in a society today that is disconnected from grief, and that I've heard of tribes where they wear an armband. So it's like we know that this person's going through a season. But typically, if he's going through a breakup and there's a grieving period, if he isn't held in the right way and he doesn't grieve that, then he's not going to learn the lessons and the gifts that he was supposed to learn through that relationship breakdown, because there's a reason why it didn't work as well. And typically, if he doesn't have that safe space to be held in that period of time, he will just distract himself with work or habits that don't serve him, and then he'll just get into another relationship, and it'll be the next divorce, the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty common too. We see people go through multiple divorces because they race into another relationship, and then that was the wrong relationship, and then they get out of that relationship, and then that's miserable as well. On the female side,
because I'm embodied in that.
Well, look, so we're not either. I think we're 94% male and 6%.
Which 6%? You're talking about your personal body?
No, I'm 18% gay, dude.
Oh, well, that's not male or female.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. But no, as far as our audience is concerned, who actually listens to this, so we 6% female in that, and they've got their own issues too of like I'm
driving,
voting. God, so
what
much
else?
there. Yeah,
Lifting things,
playing basketball at a high level. That's without getting dildos thrown at them. There's a lot of that going on. But a common thing that I hear or I read in the message boards here amongst women is I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm not as respected as much as I think I should be from my husband because this is a fucking hard job. And it is. Like, I know it for a fact, going through a snow day or whatever else, like shit. 4th of July, for example, for me. We were rained out here. It was the first time we didn't get to have fireworks or any of that other stuff. And I got to see what it was like being rained out, and you're with the kids screaming all day, and they can't go outside, they can't do anything, and it's pouring down rain and all that other shit. And it added a different I've always respected my wife for what she does, but like it added a whole different respect after that, where I was like, holy shit.
But even just an average day.
I know.
Of like, so
that's
so,
what I'm saying.
So for a man, I want to hang out with a couple of my buddies and go into the woods and chop fucking firewood. And at the end of the day, I feel pretty goddamn good about myself.
Sure.
Women enjoy the social interaction with their girlfriends.
Yep.
And if you're around a 6-year-old and a fucking 3-year-old only for like 2 weeks straight, as a woman, that's going to feel the same way as a man if you were just isolated at home by yourself.
And you're going to lose your fucking mind.
It's
so,
fucked.
like, last night my wife recorded her show. She's got a popular crime show called Crime Corner. Right after that, there was a book club in the neighborhood. And she said, hey, do you mind or whatever? And I was like, no. Take your time. This is all women, you know? And I'm like, take your time, have some wine, have some fun. And
get synced up.
Yes. Just sync up those periods and get shit figured out, right? And because I could tell she needed it, but it was only because of what I saw and what I went through with her over that weekend, where I was like, my God, it was the weekend of the floods down here, and it just rained relentlessly everywhere. No, I mean, you couldn't go out anywhere. So what do you tell men in regards to how to deal with their wives who, you know, you come home, you feel like you've slaved all day. And you're like, dude, I've worked my ass off on all these fucking calls trying to make shit happen. And I've got my own stress. And then I come back and she's like, cool, dude, you don't have anywhere near the fucking stress that I had today.
Yep. Boys want it easy. Boys want things to be easy. He wants to come home and for the home to be his
Boys or men?
Adult boys.
Okay.
Yep. Adult boys want things to be easy. They want their woman to be easy, so he doesn't have to deal with the emotional chaos and deal with what comes up within him in her full expression of her feminine. Now, a man recognizes that a woman will multiply what he gives her. She will give back multiple what he provides. So, for example, by you providing, you understanding, it's like, I honor how much you're actually doing. And by you giving back to her and like giving that space for, hey, you do what you need to do, you're providing her that nourishment. And I'm sure that that will be multiplied in other ways. So the man lives in like reverence and honor to his woman when he comes home, and he finds ways to provide for her in ways that he will receive back in other ways. So, for example, like by you providing that, giving that back to her, that space for her to do her thing, right? I can guarantee that she probably came back feeling more like better about herself. And then your relationship was better after that. Right? There was probably a deeper connection, maybe intimacy after she came home after that. But yeah, the man really finds ways, how can I give back instead of how can I use this woman as a way to get my needs met? Because I've had a big day sort of thing. So yeah, the boy will very much, the adult boy, the adult child will just want it to be easy. So I would say for a man that yeah, like how much can you give without giving away yourself in the process? Because she'll multiply whatever you give her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another question we get all the time, and Dan, you can chime in here as well, is with our audience being 80% military and first responder, and the first responders see some shit too, man. I mean, especially those EMTs and those paramedics and all that shit, man. I mean, that's real life in the moment shit every fucking day over and over and over again. I saw a horrific accident last night, and you know, they got to show up and do their job and keep everybody calm and all that other shit. How do you, or what do you recommend to get rid of the trauma for what they saw or what they're currently seeing on a daily basis? Because that to me is impossible to shut off. My other dad, who was divorced that I was talking about, he was dating a surgeon. She was one of the top surgeons there was, and like every single person that came in, it was the most horrific injury, and that she was dependent upon doing this, right? And I was like, how does this not affect your life on a daily basis? And she was like, oh, it fucking does. And I buried it way down deep inside. Well, that's going to come out at some point. You don't know when and all of that shit. So what do you recommend to veterans who are overseas in combat, who've seen horrific shit, or EMTs or paramedics or cops or firefighters who've seen horrific shit? What do you recommend for them to keep them going and keep their job and their livelihood going?
Yeah, great question. You'll probably have a better answer than me on this, but I don't really specialize in big T trauma in that sense. It's more the subtle trauma, the small T trauma that happens over time through childhood, through it's called developmental trauma that we accumulate through childhood, and the lack of initiation and rites of passage from boy to man. But my first feeling on that is community is a place for them to share it where they don't have to hold it, a place for them to be seen and witnessed in their grief and in their pain of what they've seen, and for that to be witnessed by loving eyes and supported in a way that's going to help them progress beyond it, where they're not just looping. And
ironically, you just described Drinkin Bros and why this group was started, and the podcast and everything else by Jared Taylor. Like, I'm not kidding, word for word.
Amazing.
Yes, so people could get together and talk about shit and not blow their fucking brains out. So yeah. But for Dan, let's take Dan for example. He's been one of my best friends and business partners for years. I don't think you've ever talked about any of the shit that affected you or bothered you over the years and anything else, and I haven't asked.
Well, I wouldn't talk to you about it.
Who would you talk to?
Somebody who has experienced it as well.
Interesting.
Because it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
For you.
You're right.
I mean, it's
right.
it's an intellectual curiosity, but as far as me managing it for myself, it doesn't. That's not the avenue for that. You know what I mean? Wouldn't make.
So who do you go to? Because I think this will genuinely help our listeners, because you're right. I will never know what the fuck you guys went through, and neither will everybody else.
Yeah, I mostly, people that I deployed with, we still talk about it, right? And it's interesting because you don't always talk specifically about the thing. All the dudes that are in that circle know what happened, right? So the fact that it'll from time to time, it'll kind of come up. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. So you don't certainly that you could be intentional about it. I think within yourself, you should be intentional about it. Part of it is learning how to regulate and positively reframe things, right? So you see this horrible thing. Okay, well, think about it this way. There is a cost and a return on cost, right? Or an ROI, return on investment, in pretty much everything you do in life, whether it's business or think of this way. You're working out of the gym. Fucking sucks sometimes. Sometimes it's good. Your endorphins are going. Sometimes it fucking sucks.
I never enjoy it,
but you're doing it for a reason.
Yep.
And you contextualize the pain or suffering or irritation that you're going through with the intended result, right? So you have to be able to break it down intellectually like this, even though it's a very emotional response that you're having, because your brain, even though you think emotions are somehow not intellectual, they are, because they're still programmed by the same biological chemistry that everything else is in your life, right? So you can, as a result, you can fix this stuff, right? You can teach your body how to deal with it. So for an EMT or a soldier or whomever it is, I had to see this fucked up shit, but as a result, this good thing happened. It's what makes bad mission, right? The way that we get sent on fool's errands all the time as military people, so damaging. That's the reason that it's so fucked up, right? Because it is honor at the end of the day that repairs that wound for us. It is coming home and saying, having people say you did a good job. That matters.
Yeah.
For EMTs, firefighters, stuff like that, they still have that. Cops, it's a little bit different. I don't know this for a fact, but I would guess that the suicide rate amongst police is probably higher than those other two, even though those other two probably see more fucked up shit. I bet firefighters and EMTs see way more fucked up shit than the average cop does in their career. But I would assume that cops, because of the dislike of them generally, because nobody dislikes firefighters or EMTs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I think there's probably something to that. So that's why it's a problem. But now you've diagnosed the problem, you can deal with it.
And I hate it, by the way. I fucking hate it, dude. Whenever I see a cop, like I'll make my kids go up and say, "Hey, thank you."
Yeah.
And not thank you for your service, just hey, thank you for keeping us safe and being here wherever we're at. Because you're right, that is such a fucking hated job for whatever reason. Like I don't get it. But yeah, you're right.
I mean,
and
that's how you manage it yourself. You're coming back from war and it sucked, but you know what? You have to, again, there's an opportunity to reframe. I didn't do this for some fucking politician. I did it to protect the men next to me and to protect my family. You know what I mean? That's why I went in, and I feel like I accomplished that by doing what I did. So that's the way you reframe it internally. As far as the external reframing, which is also important, it's talking to people with shared experience. That's what everybody does. Every support group on Earth is a room full of people, probably including the person running the goddamn meeting, who have gone through the same thing, and there's a reason for that. We seek these. There's a phrase, misery loves company, and it can be taken negatively, but it can also be taken positively. People that are going through stuff together deal with it quite a bit better than people who are going through it alone, because we are social creatures. We're designed to be that way. And the weight of all of the shame, guilt, trauma, whatever the fuck, there's a mathematical formula for this, actually, but you and I individually you can lift X amount of weight and I can lift Y amount of weight, but together we can lift an exponential amount of weight. It's not X plus Y, right?
Right.
We can lift Z, which is quite a bit more than X, the sum of X and Y.
And I can lift more than you.
Not one prayer.
Yeah.
Not in any lifetime, but the sum of the amount of weight that we can literally physically lift together is not the sum of our individual capabilities. It's the sum of our collective capabilities, and that is true psychologically as well.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because looking back at our relationship and some of my friends, you're right. It's whatever that shared experience is, and it was an actor friend of mine who was in town last week. It was just like, hey man, can we grab dinner real quick or grab a drink? I want to ask you about this, because you went through it, and you're the only one who has this answer. And I was like, yeah, of course, man, I'll pop out. And yeah, you're right. So that makes total sense, and I understand it. Thank you for being here today, by the way. This is awesome. If you're at home, look, we try to do a serious show once a month, because there is a lot of people going through some shit, and we see it on the message boards, we see our Facebook and everything else. We see it on the app, on Drinkin Bro's app, where it's just like, hey, dude, I need help. I'm struggling. And hopefully this helps you. Because most of the time we're talking about our dicks, if they're docking with another gay man and one's uncircumcised and we're able to come inside that circumcision.
That's not gay unless there's actual penetration, I don't think.
Well, but you're penetrating the circumcision, that's still going over
that doesn't count.
The shells. No. So, yeah. But you also believe...
Your perspective?
That's not technically...
He also says that pegging isn't gay, which that is gay.
If it's there's nothing that a woman can do to a man that's gay. That's not what gay is.
No, pegging
that is true.
Pegging is pegging.
No,
is gay.
it's not gay.
Do you get pegged?
No, I agree with that. But
do you get pegged?
I don't get pegged, but
Why not?
I do agree with that. Look,
there's a lot of things that aren't gay that I don't... Cannibalism's not gay. I don't eat fucking people.
I'd eat a person.
You would?
You shouldn't. It'll fuck up your nervous system.
I'd have a little bite, though. I'd have a little bite. Yeah, I'd have a little bite.
Of a man?
Yeah.
You gay.
Which part of him?
Well, so here's the
Would you eat a man's dick?
Hey,
Bob,
Bob,
would you put a man in your mouth?
Bob, here's the difference. I wouldn't eat the cock or the ass or anything else.
What about the nipples?
No, I wouldn't eat the nipples.
What about the fingertips?
No, it's got to be like a forearm. I wouldn't eat a lip. It's got to be a forearm or just a normal body part like the back of a calf. That's
the back of a calf is kind of gay.
There's a lot of
that's
Why?
gayer than the dick. I guess.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems gay.
No, it's not, dude. That's just some meat.
If you're sitting around talking about some dude's calves, you're fucking gay.
But
forearm, you had me at forearm.
It's proteins. It's proteins.
Forearm, I was fine. The back of that's gay.
I mean, if you're actually forced into cannibalism, you're gonna eat his butt.
No,
that's what they did in Alive.
They did it in Alive, but here's the thing: every member got to choose their own slice of the human. I don't go a dude's ass first.
I would go with
their fucking calf.
I would go with the brain, probably.
Really?
No, that's a horrible idea.
Is it?
That would fuck you up big time. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Eating another animal's neurons, especially if your same DNA, you would be in a bad situation.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I go just the back of a calf where you're like, all right, cool, man. I don't really care.
Yeah, that's gay. Do you remember that?
It's not gay.
It's like
not fucking gay.
season 5 of The Office, I think. The gay character was his name. Oscar was asking him
He's
about
in the new Office.
Who's all the warehouse dudes quit, so they're trying to hire a new warehouse. Andy's trying to hire a new warehouse guy. So I guess it would have been season 6. Andy's trying to hire new warehouse guys. He goes, "Hey, who's the toughest gay dude in Scranton? We're going to hire him to work in the fucking warehouse, right?"
Yeah.
And he went on a rant about how some dude got obsessed about his calves.
Interesting.
Gay.
I'm not obsessed with a calf.
You are.
No, it's a dead guy. He's fucking dead. That's the body part I'm choosing. Like, it just seems the non-gayest part of a body.
Yeah, well, you made a mistake.
I sure didn't.
Yeah.
Because people have feet fetishes, cock, balls, taints, asses, lips. Couldn't do that.
Why not ribs?
Yeah, a rib would be all right.
Just smoke one. You know?
100%. I'd smoke a rib. I'd smoke a fucking baby back rib for sure.
I can be really tough.
Yeah.
Be real tough.
You think
The
so?
ribs?
Yeah.
But you got to
Slow
smoke
cook
them.
it. Yeah, you're
Slow
cook
and
it,
slow.
dude. Yeah,
This is Texas, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm from Australia.
Don't talk about
No
barbecue.
shit.
Yeah, we barbecue in Australia. Yeah.
No shit.
You don't barbecue in Australia. We barbecue.
You
in Texas.
drink Fosters and you fuck kangaroos over there. That's all you do.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently.
That's all you fucking do. Over
Yeah.
How do you get past the tail? Is the question.
I know.
Where's the whole? Where's a kangaroo pussy at? On the body. I don't know the answer to this.
It's got to be running underneath the asshole, right?
Yeah. So how do they fuck?
That's.
I don't know.
It's not in the middle of her fucking
And they're
back.
so fast.
Oh my
there
God.
it is. There
Their
it is right
tails are
there.
huge. Like their tails are.
They're fucking
fat.
huge, dude.
Huge.
So how do you
And
get?
they
stand up on
rest?
them.
Yeah, they rest on them.
They
stand
literally
up on them.
stand on them.
What is that
God
like?
damn it.
Is that herpes on a fucking?
fuck.
What is that?
No, those are kangaroo nips inside of the pouch.
I didn't even see any of this today.
Oh, it's inside the
Ah,
pouch.
damn it. I didn't even see any of this today. Fuck.
Yeah, that's a little baby. That's just a little baby kangaroo. That's cute.
That's life.
No.
Yeah.
I hate you. It's Friday, dude.
Yeah.
I wanted to go home with my kids
You got
and have a nice
trauma after this.
weekend.
Yeah, this is
Podcast.
worse than anything
no
any
shit.
EMT's
Yeah.
gonna
I'm
see
gonna
that
call
way.
you fucking tonight, dude, because I'm gonna be holding a fucking gun to my head, saying I can't believe I just watched this.
Also, apparently kangaroos have 3 vaginas.
Really?
So,
Boy.
dealer's choice.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's my turn on the good hole.
Yeah, my turn on the good hole. Now's the point of the show we get to the Drinkin Bro of the Week, which is someone who's inspired you or helps you become the person you are today. Who would you like to give the Drinkin Bro of the Week to?
Oh. Someone who's inspired me.
Yep. Now, getting into therapy is, for a man, highly unusual. Who inspired you to get into this field?
Oh man, I would say one of my bros, Todd. Yeah, he's just been a brother that's been there for me through some of the deepest shit. The safe space that he's held for me as a brother has healed parts within me that just without him, I could never have, met the depth of myself in some of the darkest nights that I've been through.
Yeah.
And he's held me through that. So, shout out to Todd, because he's one of my closest brothers. And I mean, he's one of my business partners as well now, and we get to share this work with other men. We actually created a retreat. So we run 2 retreats a year in Australia and potentially bringing it over here next year. And that retreat is called the Inspired Brotherhood, and it's actually based on the brotherhood that we've cultivated with each other and that sense of safety and what that's done for both of us in our lives.
Yeah.
And man, so I wouldn't be probably here or even doing this work if it wasn't for him. He's been a huge support. So
At these retreats, do you have to bring your own sheets and stuff?
What?
Is it a white brotherhood or? No, I don't know. I'm just asking. Do I?
No, we cut the holes.
Oh, you guys cut the
we
holes.
cut the holes.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Because I didn't want to bring
Yeah.
scissors.
I can't guarantee they'll be straight.
Okay, great. No.
Yeah.
The people
That's
or
fine.
the sheets?
Yeah.
Both.
Well, either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
Now
Look.
we got.
And then tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, Ryan Moresby-White, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I put out heaps of free value content for people to just be educated through my content alone. So yeah, find me on Instagram, send me a DM, message. You need support. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you for being here. We got a listener in the audience today. If you don't mind swapping out with him real quick, he'll come on up and give out his Drinkin Bro of the week. He's wearing a Hulkamania shirt. Play the music, Delco. There you go. You at home can submit on drinkinbros.com or the app. The app is available on iPhones, Androids, everything, dude. So you're good to go. It's free. There's a wall, old school, like 2010 Facebook. We do not delete anything, and there is no admin to pass it. You can just post and post and post and post. Just keep it. Make sure it's not underage there. What's up, little Hulkster? How you doing,
What's going
man?
on, man?
Dude,
you still grieving too?
Yeah. Man, it's been fucking hard.
I don't know what to do about it, really. I thank God for this episode, though. You know, maybe that'll help us.
What's your name?
Nate Harbison.
Nate.
Yeah.
How you dealing with the grief of Hogan, dude?
I mean, it's through our childhood. Oh, you're younger than me, right?
Yeah.
I'm almost 50, so.
Whoa.
Yeah. Closing
so
in.
That was your time, dude. That hits you harder.
Right in the 80s.
Yeah.
Did you get to experience that?
Hogan, not so much. No, the Hogan I saw was like NWO Hogan.
Oh.
By the way, I love that Hogan.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
I mean, it was.
He
a really
pivoted
great Hogan,
nicely.
yeah.
He was a good heel.
Yeah,
It was still called WWE?
WWF.
WWF.
For the
Right.
World Wildlife
Entertainments. Yeah.
Fighting the Iron Sheik.
They went through a copyright issue. That's a true story. So
with
they
the
could
World
really-
Wildlife
Federation.
Federation.
They could not keep the F, so they had to change it.
Which is weird because it existed for decades before that, and then all of a sudden they got
nobody
mad.
fucking cared until everything got real litigious in the 80s, and then after that, everybody was suing for everything, and it was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But what are you doing here?
Hanging out, man. It's kind of nice studio. Congratulations on everything.
Hey, if it weren't for you guys, we would not have this.
I went through the back catalog, and wow, how far you guys? I mean, this is a dedication right here.
Totally.
Congratulations.
No.
Cool.
Thank you for real. Like everybody who congratulates us, I'm literally like, thank you. It's it. If we don't have listeners and people who buy the products and do the reviews on iTunes and Spotify and all this stuff, we don't have any of this shit. So thank you very much. And that's why we keep it open. Free booze all day. You can, eat first form and fucking party and do whatever you want.
Besides Bob putting up the kangaroo there at the end, I mean, it was a great show.
God damn it, man. Because we keep a monitor in the back with some couches for you guys.
Yeah.
You had to see that too, right?
Oh, yeah, that was terrible.
Awful, dude. Absolutely
I'm
horrific.
going to need another hard AF.
I looked that up, by the way. They do.
One.
It's very common for marsupial animals to have 3 separate holes.
No shit.
2 of them are for sperm transmission, like to suck up the sperm, and a third one opens up sometimes when they have the baby.
Okay.
So they can give birth at multiple periods throughout their life. I
Interesting.
didn't know that, and now I don't want any marsupial fucking near me.
No, I don't
ever
either.
again.
I don't either.
I don't know what they are.
No.
Wombats and shit like that. What are the other ones?
Bob, what are you looking up here now?
Possums. I don't want those near me.
God damn it, dude. No, I don't want to see any of this.
That's terrible.
I don't want to see any of this. Who do you want to give Drinkin Bro of the week to?
Man, there's so many people that's
Fire away. Hey, we work for you, God.
Well, I mean, there's so many I can't. They already know who they are. But what's that guy?
Tell them.
What was that? Addicted to Love. What was that song? Who sang that?
Robert.
Yeah, him putting those girls on in the black dresses.
Was it Robert Plant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give it to him.
No, Robert Plant's Led Zeppelin.
No, yeah.
No, that's Jimmy.
Page and Robert Plant.
Wwho sang Addicted to Love, Bob?
Robert Palmer.
Robert
Palmer. Let's give it to him because those girls in the black dresses will get you. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That'll get you through your teen years right there.
It sure will.
We'll give it to him.
It sure will.
Absolutely.
Anybody else?
Shoot, I mean, family's always awesome, you know?
Who tuning into this show?
Great question. I was just cruising around. I'm old school, just like you, man. AM radio.
Yep.
Original podcast,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The old sports talk radio shows.
Yes.
And then
Grew up on those.
this thing came out called Podcast. Who thought it would blow up like this?
I know.
It was crazy. And I was like, dude, this is an AM radio show. I can listen to it anytime, the same show over and over. And great platform.
I just had this conversation maybe 3 days ago.
Right.
And ironically, my agent and manager who repped me in 2014, 15, they thought it was a fucking, literally, they were like, you're a fucking moron to go into podcasts. What are you going to do, sit in a garage all day and talk to people? And then they called back 5 years later and they were like, we want to book ads for you. We're super excited. Congratulations. I was like, fuck off.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody believed in this. No one believed in this.
Could you imagine Paul Harvey being around right now doing this?
Man.
Right?
Yeah. Because the other part, too, is Howard Stern got fired. and they're asking what he's going to do. And here's what I've been telling people. So, look, guys, I feel like we're becoming the real news at this point because Dan and I keep predicting everything. All these guys are going to be out with these huge fucking contracts. But the interesting part about Howard Stern is this. SiriusXM is dishing out massive podcast deals. They just gave $100 million to Smartless. So clearly, it was just Howard Stern. Like, fuck off.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, dude. So because SiriusXM is big in the podcast space. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there. You also can't tell your audience to go fuck themselves if they voted for Trump. So
yeah, the woke left people that he's courted with his attitude don't really listen to that kind of shit.
No.
You know what I mean? So what the fuck?
Well, the other part, too, is living in New York all those years, off and on. If you tally it up, it was probably 3 total, just off and on. And he was never like that. And a lot of the guys that listened to him were like manual labor. Mm-hmm. So it was normal dudes that you were just like, okay, cool. Those more than likely are Trump supporters. And then you alienated your original fan base just by telling them to fuck off because you're so rich and elitist and everything else. So I'm not sure what he's going to do. He's also 71. And there's no shame in retiring at this point.
Really? I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah. So there's no shame in retiring at this point. Doesn't have any kids. Got a young wife. Has like 37 cats. It's a true story.
37 cats.
Yeah.
He's got a problem.
A friend of mine went to his house for a party, and she was just like, yo, dude, there is 37 fucking cats in this house. And I was like,
we had a podcast for a minute called My Cat Doesn't Care.
Okay.
I think we did like 10 or 11. It was terrible. But
Yeah. Look, there's a lot out there.
Yeah.
I think only 1% have more than 7,000 downloads.
Really?
Yep.
That's impressive.
Out of 980,000 or whatever it is. So.
The business talking, I forget the gentleman's name, but that's exactly what we do. We talk to people all the time about business solutions and helping people with support, like you're talking about.
Yeah.
Man, wouldn't it be cool? We thought about doing this podcast deal where we have come on because we help people with business solutions all the time.
Sure.
We take care of their HR, payroll, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We can really, not just the podcast, but our actual products that we do. It's been really, really cool.
Yeah. What did you get there?
This is addressed to Ross Papa Patterson.
Okay.
I don't know what's in it.
Should I open it up or should you open it up?
You should. Just in case it's a fucking bomb.
All right. Well,
great day to show up for the bomb.
Yeah.
Love it.
Remember when I called you, dude? I thought we got a bomb since the office?
Yeah.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
I shook this thing around, and I was positive it was a fucking bomb, and it was ticking. It was ticking on the inside. And I was
what
just
ethnicity is your Amazon driver?
He actually listens to the show, so he's
does
cool.
he?
Yeah.
He's a Mohican, I think, or some shit.
Oh, we're good then.
He rocks. He pops in and boozes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's great.
In his jersey, or what are they called? Is it a uniform?
I don't know.
it's
It's like a
an
road
Amazon
guard
thing,
vest
yeah.
or some shit.
Yeah.
Is that a dildo?
Not sure.
Vibrator or something? It said it had batteries in it.
Oh my god,
yes.
dude! You want to talk about the perfect gift for the perfect time because this just happened again for the third night.
Did
in
it
a row.
really?
All right.
I don't think you can show that on camera.
I think you can. It's just a dildo, right?
No, it's a dick-shaped one. I don't think you can show that.
How graphic?
Bob?
How graphic is it? Let me
It's the one on the WNBA court.
Yes, and it's
That
anatomical.
thing looks a lot smaller from that one.
What do you think?
Oh yeah, just based on feel.
I tell you what. I'll hold the dick head end of it. That way they can't really bitch about this. Okay. So this is the exact dildo that has been thrown on the WNBA court.
Wait,
for
where are the
last 3
battery
nights.
parts?
Wait, you're gonna love this
Okay.
because what you suggested yesterday actually came true. Who was it that suggested because of the poly market and the crypto thing that you should get in and do it because they were allowing bets.
We
on
saw
this.
it on Twitter somewhere. It was some dude that said it was like an unlimited money hack, basically.
Yes.
I don't remember who
so,
it was. Though.
by the way, the guy that we posted yesterday who got busted, the neckbeard guy, what was his name, Bob? Pull him up and put him on screen here.
It was like Braden it's like Braden
Yes,
Vasquez
Braden
or something like that.
but put it on screen, and this is important. I'll tell you why. You will lose your mind off of this because it's really fucking funny. So there he is. So he gets arrested. He goes into the interrogation room and all that other shit, and they were like, "Why did you do this?" And he said, "Dude, we had all of our crypto in this, and there was a bunch of crypto guys that we went all in on this to win this bet, and we won.
No.
Yes, they each won like $59,000 or something crazy like that. Yeah, for this exact dildo hitting the courts. And you can bet on colors and everything else, so whatever. So he knew it. They all bet on it. And this guy was a crypto guy who went in there and actually pulled it off so they could win the bet.
You shouldn't admit to that because now they'll rescind your winnings. Even if you've cashed out already, they can fucking charge you.
No. Do you remember when you and I were at the Derby when the horse did the cocaine? Yeah, they could not take those winnings back. So I kept it.
That's because the animal cheated, not because, or the guy cheated, not because the bettor cheated. If the bettor cheats, you can recoup that money. So that if that's what happened, then that was a big mistake on his part.
I wish there was a return address in here or a card. I'd shout out who you are, but this is fucking hysterical. And yeah, this is what's going on now at every single game. We got one more gift here, and I'm told it's for you.
Oh boy,
here we go.
Maybe it's DMT or something. I'm not running low. I've got a lot.
We're doing pretty good, though. So far, it wasn't
Sounds
a bomb,
like a DMT suppository, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's possible. Let's see what this is. This is a picture of me, it looks like.
It's from Matty Ice.
Oh boy, that's horrifying.
What is it?
It's
wow.
it's like AI. It's AI with me smiling. Which
hold it up to camera. What is it?
I mean, you
What
can't
does it look
see.
like?
You can't see any of it. It says "You make me smile," Dan Hollaway on this side, and over here it's a picture of me
Holy
smiling.
shit, that's actually very good.
We'll put
Is there
that.
anything else in there? Because he said he sent like a Teddy Roosevelt thing.
Yes. So there's one more box. I'm going to open up this now. This is from Matty Ice. That's a really funny picture. Actually, we should hang that up.
The real Matty Ice?
I
Like
wish.
Atlanta Falcons?
I wish. Well,
No, he's throwing touchdowns right now.
no, he's not. He's retired.
Yeah.
He's getting ready for the Hall of Fame.
I'm so ready for college football.
I don't think he deserves it after losing that 28-3 game. That's just me. I'm
I
dead
agree.
serious.
I agree.
Like, hey, dude. You had it all there. All you do is hand off the fucking ball. I don't give a shit what the coach says. Call an audible.
Right?
Hand off the fucking ball. Goddamn loser. I'm no lie. I have that negative feeling against him.
Do
Like,
you?
I fucking hate him. I'm dead serious. Like, call an audible. Like, that's one with if the coach can't get out of his own way, it's your legacy on the line. Hand the ball off, and if they would have kicked that field goal, and that game would have been over. Oh, look at this. This is fun, Delco. This is little tiny golf clubs for you. So you can play a little tiny putt.
What's that got to do with that? With Teddy Roosevelt?
Yes, he said he sent like a Teddy Roosevelt thing.
No. This was all that was in the box. So I'm not sure. Maybe Teddy Roosevelt stuffed these little tiny clubs up his ass.
Interesting.
For enjoyment.
I would love to have known that before I voted for him.
Same here. Yeah, same here.
Good deal.
Appreciate you guys tuning in. Anybody else you want to give to?
Oh, shoot. Actually, nobody actually thanks him, but my mom, she's pretty dang awesome, She's up there in the ranch in Missouri hanging
you go.
out. She is. She rides her little lawnmower around every Saturday, got the riding lawnmower running around, goes out and checks the vineyard. It's pretty awesome. So she's
That's
still
dope.
You should hook her up with Lucinda. Remember that woman from
Moinkbox.
from Moinkbox?
I love.
we
still
do-
love Moinkbox, by the way.
We probably need to hook up with her and do a like a combination of wine with their
Yeah.
products, just like
She's great, by the
just
way.
like your sponsor on one
Yeah,
of the steaks.
Yeah, they should. Yeah. Yeah.
Look, any fucking meat sponsor we're down for, man. I mean, I love Moinkbox too. Like, I'm still a subscriber to that as well. I love all of it. Appreciate you tuning in, kids. Go to Spotify. Rate the show a 5-star. Video will be up there. So whatever video's up on YouTube will go to Spotify. Patreon will still stay Patreon. That'll keep going. And that'll be crazy as shit. However, we are uploading the back catalog up to Spotify now. And Ryan is over 1,000 episodes on the back ends, which is rad. And then he'll finish up the other shows. So I think RPR is next, Citizen, and then Operator, and all that other stuff. Crime Corner's up already because they have their own editor. Shout out to Coop for doing that. So you're good to go over there. And then go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. It really is all the advertisers care about. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it, dude. And all you little Hulksters out there who are still fucking grieving, dude, know this. You're a real American, dude. And so is Hulk. And right now, he's in heaven with Toby Keith and enjoying his life, okay?
Yeah.
And John Benet Ramsey, okay? For D'Anthony Hollaway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin Bros podcast. Good night, everyone.